I'm Barry Trammell, and I say LeBron James does not have his bags packed.
I'm Mike Sherman, and I watched that game, Barry, and I got to say, he's looking up at the sky, he's drifting off, he's passing the ball going to the corner. LeBron James looked like a guy who is ready to get out of Cleveland. You're watching the press row, and we're talking about the crumbling of the Cleveland Cavaliers last night in Game 5 at home against the Boston Celtics. Barry, I don't see how anybody can look at what's going on with LeBron James or what happened last night and not worry and wonder whether he's on his way out of Cleveland.
Well, I think people have been worrying and wondering about LeBron for 2 or 3 years now, especially if you reside in greater Cleveland. This is the iconic man of your franchise. Without him, your franchise has no direction and no status and no future, really. But I can't bring myself to believe that LeBron James is headed out of town for this reason. I think the cost to him leaving is too high. If he leaves and goes and wins a title somewhere else with some other superstars around him, I think that sort of diminishes his status, not enhances it. Anybody can win titles with a bunch of great players around him. LeBron is attempting to win without that. The other wild card is this: Cleveland, Akron is his hometown. To win an NBA championship in your own town, to bring a title to a city without a major league championship in 46 years now, is a monumental achievement. And to leave town without doing it, I think is a monumental failure. I think that weighs on LeBron. I think he's going to stay in Cleveland until he wins one.
Barry, you're talking about things that head coaches probably think about, general managers probably think about, old guys like you and I think about. Let's remember, LeBron James played 7 years in the NBA. I think he's still just 25. I'm not sure LeBron James thinks about those things. I think he thinks about bright lights, big city. Last night, he looked bored, pouting, something. LeBron James enforces his will on a game. That's not what he did last night. He passed the ball around. He popped his mouthpiece in and out the whole time and kept looking up at the scoreboard. They got buried. He looked disinterested at best. Here's my thing. Why would you play in a game like that? We know how pivotal Game 5 is. Why would he just emotionally look like he was checking out? There's all these other things going on. That really had the feel of a funeral. And I also wonder if he's not being suffocated by his hometown. Here's a guy who, as you said, that's what everybody's been thinking about for weeks, months, even years. Is he going to leave? Is he going to leave? Is he going to leave? Sometimes when I was a kid and I had girlfriends, I was always taught, don't play a little hard to get. Don't come on too strong. Guess what? Cleveland's coming on way too strong. I wonder if he's not looking to leave just to get away from the pressure.
Well, I don't know how to explain that Game 5 performance. I think he may have been a little embarrassed at how quickly the game got away. They were up 29-21, and then they went like 45 real-time minutes without scoring a point. So I think he was embarrassed by that. I'm not sure he knew how to act in that regard. I just think you might be right that he may not be thinking about things like status and legacy. I do think he thinks about his hometown. I do think he knows that he will be ostracized. He will be a pariah in his hometown where he is so beloved if he leaves. I think he knows that.
That's all for this edition of the Press Row, but you can stay with the best coverage team anywhere. Every day it is okay, and every morning in the Oklahoman.